left. What?
Wait a minute.
You don't have it?
No.
Why not?
Wait a minute. Now.
Waiting for curious. Maybe it's still late. You see me? I cannot enter here.
No.
Yes, I see. Well, I can see myself in there. But could you turn it a little bit like this? No, other. There. Thank you so much. Okay. Hi. I can't enter the chat. Now let's. Maybe I can see myself. I can't see the. Hi, how are you? Maxi, how are you? Okay, but it's okay. Here, I see me. So, let's do. Maxi, necesito algo más. Maxi, how are you? Apagame allá. Prendeme, subime el volumen ahí. De aquí. Okay. Sorry about all these difficulties. We are trying to do the best. No, a little bit like that. Like that, Maxi. No. I need to see the table. Okay, I'm going to put this aside. Okay. Hi, again. Hi, Granny. Barbara, Pam, welcome. How are you? So it's a new setting. It's different from the week before. I try new things and we will decide together what is better. Now you can see me and you can see what I'm doing. So today's theme is, sorry if I read the chat in the middle. So I brought some neurographic art I made. So we are going to talk a little bit about it. I'm so sorry I didn't make my homework, but I don't know the last name of the person who invented it. His name is Pablo. He's Russian, I think, and it's a psychologist or psychiatrist. I will put a bio, a real bio. Ah, yes, sorry. Let's see if I can change it. Okay. Tell me now. Now it's an echo or not? So I will continue. You are going to tell me if there is an echo. Better. Okay. Thank you so much, Barbara. Now it's good. Okay. So let's start. This is my take of the neurographic art because I am using it. Thank you. I'm using it just for art. If there is another benefit on the side, hi Chris, how are you? So I was telling that I'm using the neurographic art purely as art. It was invented and it was discovered as a therapy technique, but I'm not registered or I don't know how I haven't did do the course there. I learn everything on the net, on YouTube, so I don't know nothing about it. I only know that I am attracted to this form of art and made me good. About the background, I do as we are in the process. Okay. So this is the almost last I did, because the last I made digitally. You know that I am incursioning in that digital world. And as soon as I learn how to show my iPad screen in the stream, you are going to be in digital work too. Okay, so as you can see in this one, I made like in each section, I made some, let's see if you can see, centangle, okay? That's to embellish it. It's not needed. So I'm going to show you a little bit more. This is also neurographic art. This also, you see that there are different type of feelings. In the 60s, you know, I remember it's not new, of course. Maybe this person used it and refined it. Nothing is new under the sun. So I remember Basarelli was maybe in the 70s more, because in the 60s I was born, so I don't think I was very interested in art the first years of my life, although I have my father at home. So I was thinking about a lot of cultural things that we did then. I don't know if because there were no internet, we used to go to the great theaters, the big theaters. They put some days like ballet or anything theater plays free. So my father used to know which days, and we all go, me, my sisters, and my parents. That was really, really good education. Okay, let's see the chat. Yes, of course, Chris, it's like that. But I didn't see it like a form of therapy back then. Why it's used as therapy? Because the representation of the lines with these things that we are going to know how to do it and why are like a representation of our brain. So it have an therapeutic effect of about all the things that we are entering like in a circle, that let's say when I hear a noise, a strong noise, I like that. But it's not that I think, oh, I hear that, now I need to do the other thing. It's like a reflex, but it's not a reflex. It's like a learn thing that sometime it happened and my body respond with an alert, and then I couldn't go out from this behavior. Okay, I don't need to explain a lot of that because I'm not going to do the therapeutic thing, but that's the principle of this like a therapy. So you can see that I use a lot of mediums, different mediums, that depends on my mood, depends on what I have on hand. And I want you to see that there are many different things that can be done. It's not all the same. Wow. That's something, yeah, Granny? We used to play in the car. It was a game that my mother invented. We used to go up north to the place called, the province called Córdoba, and to spend summers. And it was a very long trip. We were little. So they have a stone with like mica on it. It's like marble, thin, thin, thin on it. And we called it mica. So in Spanish, mi, ca, is my. So the game was to name things that start with ka, with the sound ka, and it's a riddle. Let's say, it won't be the same in English, but you will understand. Chris will understand better. Let's say I say mi canisha, that it's my, oh, why I didn't, Chris, help me here. How you say canisha in English? Maybe I need to choose another water. So my mother, let's say, says, I have a mica who bring me water. So we need to know which one was. Okay. I promise I'm going to work today. Here another one. This one I think or is a watercolor, or because there is more density here and it's not pencil. Sometimes you can put watercolor and pencil to make some effect, but this is not. This is another one that it's called the tree. It's a form that it's the tree of wishes. Oh, yes, I know. You have delay, Chris? It's okay. I explain it without the word. Yes, this is called the wish tree. So you put here your resources, whatever you have in you. Tree of life, yes, but not, Barbara. Yes, that's your favorite colors? I'm glad. So, here are your resources. Here are you. And these are your wishes, whatever you want to accomplish. So, when you use it like that, and not like art that we are going to see next, you put on the other side what do you wish for, what is the thing you want to overcome. I still have fear to go to my kitchen. Why? Because 2 years I couldn't reach the length of walking to my kitchen. When I have the chair that I could go, it's so difficult to enter, to go out, to stay and to do things there that I don't know why. I don't want to go. So it's like panic attack. No, mild, but it paralyzed me. So I put that. I want to overcome this. Still didn't work. Just you to know. This one I really love. It was done on, oh, I don't have the date here, but some were in the middle of the past year. This is watercolor for sure. And what I love that I went out from the square. You don't want Barbara? So who cooks? In my house, Maxi cooks. So here we have another version of the tree. In this one, I put my resources and my wishes in the box, like little, and also here. So that's personal. That's something that you can do with yourself. And if it works, it's better. Something worked because I developed the channel. I started to be more active. Oh, Chris, you are lucky. I don't go out. Sometimes I order because I see Maxi had a really day with a lot of things that his body is not so good. Also have a back problem, so I don't want to bring another responsibility in the day. But I cannot order all day. So wait. And this one is the last I wanted to show you before we are going to start to work. This one I really like. I think it's like a, I don't know. It's pretty. Well, that's it for the things that we have. This thing here that have the another one to close, it's a binder that I made in my first period of jelly print, but was not jelly printed because I made myself and it 10 days and that's out. So what I made, let me show you, is something like that, but bigger. I think we talked about it last time, but I didn't show you I show you only this piece, that it's okay, but now I have the real one. This one acts like a jelly print, believe it or not. So if you don't have, if you need a bigger one, you don't need to run to buy it. Oh, I'm sorry that you don't have delivery service. I used to love it, Barbara. I used to love to cook. What can I say? Maybe someday. Sometimes my son bring me the materials and all the things to make something that is more complicated. But it's not so easy to do. Well, I thought today we are going to use this paper. It's an artist drawing paper, 120 GM. It's 55 in imperial measurement. And it's A4. And as you can see, it supports all those mediums, like wet mediums also. So we are going to experiment today to use it with watercolor. Yes. But first, if we choose watercolor, we need to know that all the lines must be permanent, not water resistant. So I have some regular paper, copy paper, to show you first the technique. Maybe you know it, Granny know it for sure, but I need to start from the beginning because also in the rerun can be people that don't do it in their life. So first of all, I had a coin here. Yes, I have it. First of all, the lines must be like I call unintentional. Like, let's say that I'm going to draw something, what I'm going to do with a marker because you need to see. Ah, a cherry plate? Okay. This is, Barbara, packaging. Like what you sometimes in the boxes when you receive something, instead of polyester, you have this one that I call like synthetic polyester. I don't know which material is. I can send you a little bit with your happy mail that I arranged today everything. So on Sunday it goes out, and I will send you a piece so you see the material. But what I do is put a nylon, a plastic on it, so I can do like jelly print. I use it like a jelly print. I didn't try with this kind of plastic, but I will. In the past, I received bags from the supermarket that, because of all the green wave, they don't produce anymore. And they were a thick one that had a very, very smooth surface. So I used that back in the day. But I will try with that, and I will show you even. Okay, let's come back to you can also use thin graphite or soluble graphite for the line. Of course, I have graphite here. I have charcoal, I have markers, all kind of markers. So that's what I wanted to say, that you don't need to do it with a specific tool, but you will see what is better. Because let's see, I have an alcohol marker. I have some permanent markers, black, colored, silver and gold. I have the Posca, the thin one and the wider ones. So we are going to use all sorts of things, and you are going to choose what is your favorite. For the filling, you can also use okay, Barbara, I won't send you. So You can use whatever you want. Even you can do it with a pencil at the first, then you fill it, and then you do the marker. So this is an intentional line. I have the intention to write it. This is a pattern line. Have a pattern on it. We don't use it in neurographic art. In neurographic art, you made your line without intention. And if you have the urges to go to that direction, you know that you need to resist it and go elsewhere. Because this is the change that we are going to experiment afterwards. To make the lines you made from one end to another and one end to another of the page. Like this and like this. Of course, I'm not going to use this paper. I'm going to start in this paper after the demonstration. If you don't know how to do an intentional lines, you can do like that. You put the coin and you follow the coin. Of course that you are going a little, give a direction, but the coins, you see the line is very different. Because the coin, I would never do a line like that, but the coin did that. I am going to show you in another place without the other lines so you can really see it. I start here, I need to over there, any place. So I start. The thing is that the coin didn't have to go separate from the pen. And you know that anywhere here it will be okay. So the other thing we are going to have, it's another line that we have here, a crossroad. Hi, Raul, how are you? Yes, Barbara, that's the 1 million pounds idea, only with 10 cents. Hi, Raul, how are you? Go join to the party, come on. So we are talking about the crossroad. This crossroad is a conflict. Anywhere you walk here and then there is a crossroad. So you have opportunities. You can go there, there, or there. So this represents a conflict. How we manage to attenuate the conflict, because we cannot avoid it. But avoid it, I don't know. You understand, of course. So we are going to round the piece. This is one piece, 2, 3, 4. This is the place that we fill after. Of course, it will be another one here, it's not that only 2, but I was talking about every one of the places where 2 lines meet. So what we're doing is like round this piece, round it. Can you see, or I need to be near? Maybe I need to do it with a... Okay, we have the lines. So we do like that. is like a comet, and then we fill it, and we make sure that the lines are round, like that. Okay, I will be attend to the chat if we only that when I work, maybe sometimes I don't see the chat all the time, but I will come back to the chat anytime. Okay, let's have one of these papers. Sometimes I use, how do you call that? It's not cardboard. Okay. Cardstock? Yes, maybe. Okay. Let's do some lines. First of all, I'm not going to reach the end of the page. I want to be more creative with that. I'm going to do like a frame, but imaginary. I don't want to use not permanent marker. This is a regular marker, so here you go. Let's try with the Posca pen, this one. We have some Wi-Fi problems, I think. Okay. What happened with the Sharpie is that it shows here, and you need to put another paper so it won't go to your table. Let's see. Yeah, I know. It was a problem. I hope you all here still. I see you are 5, but I don't know. Yes, I see the same in the other chat, in the other screen. So it was a problem. I never experienced that before. It was a reconnect sign, and I reconnect, and that's it. Okay. Yeah. Well, what I was saying, I don't know if you caught it because of the technical difficulties, but I love the Sharpie. I have a hate-love relation with him. First of all, they weren't out really easy, like for my use. For one Posca, I have 10 Sharpies that I worn up. I don't know if they are not the same quality, what I bought, I don't know. And second, what I told that it not shows, the postcard don't show here, and the other one, the Sharpie, yes. Okay, so let's do some, I don't know. Here. You can decide if you want to have like, it's the, I talked about put some frame, and I didn't do it. And here it was wet. I never see the Posca that you can do that. Here. You can see? Yes. Okay, that doesn't matter. We are going to cover this. Yes, it's not only me that... Thank you, Barbara. Now I know that it's not me. They are the Sharpies. Yeah, but you know, I have a lot of things. Not of all of them works. It's difficult for me to have a pen, and I'm going to say this is the one. So that's okay. So what I tell you is every time you made a line, you form a place, an enclosure. So you are going to know if you want a lot of little enclosures or fewer lines and fewer enclosures. But what it will be bigger if you don't divide. So you can also start here, let's see, and go over there to the side. What is really important is not to come back, okay? You can start here and go there, go there, but no here, because it's like a go back, and we are not going to do that today. Maybe with stories, but not with the drawing. I think right now I'm satisfied because we need to add yeah, I know. Oh, I understand. Yes, of course. For the stencils, I used to, because now I'm going to do everything digital, but when I didn't have the pen for my iPad or my iPad, I did it with sheet paper, copy paper, regular, and I did the drawing, and then with either Posca or then I bought the Sharpies. I made lines like this, so I scan it, and then I digitalize it. It was a lot of work, but I really love to do things by hand, so I don't know, I will mix it. Okay, let's continue. What we are going to place now are figures. We are going to put, or forms, circles, triangles, squares. Everything is okay, even a free form, but it's better, it's more organic, it have round. Let's say I could do a circle, and it's something organic. I could do this kind of figure that is also curved, but I personally don't use squares or triangles, but you can. So I think need a little bit more balance here. So I'm going to do another circle here. Okay. Now I think it's okay to start. I think here I need some more things. So let's do another line, and anytime you can include the figures to the lines, it's better. Here, maybe another one like that. Yes, and this one. More lines you do, more lines you need to do the rounded, but it's okay. If the marker is not so good, it doesn't matter, because after you fill it, you need to redone the lines. Honey, thank you for being here, really, and have a really good day at work. Bye. Okay, let's see. Let's start with but I don't want to use that because this is wider and I need detail now. So I have this one. It's a pigment liner manga drawing paint from Hopk and came in a set of 10 with one being the brush and the others from the measurement of, I think it's 0.5 or 0.05 to 1. Okay. We can do the lines like that. And if we want to fill with another thing that is not so thin, we can, or we can fill it with the same marker. The thing is that both of them, the Posca and the manga, are water resistant. So once they are dry, if they are not dry, let's say I want to do right now, I can't. It will be smear. Sometimes I need to do the, let's say I want to do this one, that it's a square, it's a square-like. I can do the rounded in the figure, like that. It's like put, let's see, where are you? I don't know, here. It's like put a circle inside, and then you will have the corners to fill. Do you see? Okay. As now I fill the corners and I have the same things, but I am sure that this is rounded. See? Now I can do the same here. Then I have the second part. So do you see the corners that I made? I'm going to make now every one of them. It's not like, oh, Raul, I'm so glad. You see, it's very easy. It's time consuming, but it's like when you have a book and you want to color it, or a mandala, yes. Bring you, and if you remember, and I put some of the pics in the post I made for this stream, I have some pics, some pictures in the exhibition right now, and are with this kind of art. I sometimes, after I made it, I will find some meaning to the piece, or not, can be an abstract. But if you want to have some meaning, you can do the same thing. Like I have one that is, so but it's in the exhibition and not here, but maybe you didn't saw it because no, my teacher have it. Yes, it didn't reach the exhibition. I couldn't put so many paintings. But it's like a frog that is being kissed from a princess. A princess kissed the frog, and it's a very, very first plane. And I will post the pictures in Facebook after that. Okay, so of course you can use, as Raul said, to anything you want. I made my stencil binder like this. And this is very, very fine thing. This one is rice paper. And I color it with alcohol markers. That's smooth. It gives you a surface like it's alcohol markers and rice paper. It's a marriage made in heaven. And after that, I glue it on a cardboard from a box, Amazon maybe. And I made my binder. You can do journal covers with that. I think that you can make even a journal only by different things of that. There are a lot. I don't know all of them, but I will continue my education in YouTube. And I hope sometime someone will tell me, yes, I learned with a YouTuber that is are curious. So, what are you been up to? Like it, Rahul? Thank you. You know, I can't decide for an art form in particular. I am attracted to many of them, not all, because I think that now I know my limits. There are things that I love to do, there are things that not. And you can do this one while you hear music that you like. Of course, we will see you soon in the rerun. Thank you for coming, for being here. Okay. So, I just want to talk some about the figures itself, the feeling, because it's important. So I'm going to do it more like faster. Sorry if you don't see all the details. I will show you after I finished. I don't do the sides because there is not other line that intersect. That can go with no limit. Here there is no line. This is the end of the page, not the line that intersects with that. You can choose to do it, it's okay. And it's very important to do this rounded thing because if you see, it looks like dendrites that are the cells of the brain. And that is what bring us this change. They made a MRI at the time the people made these things. And it showed in the brain like there were some cells light up. And when they did that, another cells that never light up in that particular individual start to light up. And that's the when you find inside an alternative path. let's say I hear kitchen and my brain have a response, only one, and all my body acts with that response, according to that response. But what happened if I found there is another alternative path, an alternative door that I can go if I want? And maybe the body can, or the mind can wait which one of the places I want to go. Hi, Paula. You are just on time. Don't worry. Hi. I'm glad to see you. Or to see your name because I don't see you. Maybe one day we will do Zoom session and we can talk whole and see and interact. That will be something to do a painting Zoom session. We'll see in the future. Well, Paula, we are doing some this kind of work, and why it's really important to do it slowly, your own pace, and such. What we are doing now is to round the figures to attenuate conflicts. It's not that they are not there, but it's a smooth ride or a smoother. I hope you can see that even though I don't use the therapeutic side of this, I acknowledge that it is a therapeutic side. And as I said, what is if we have a lot of something and are not depths or lies, it's okay. Lies, L-I-C-E. That kind of lies. Okay. So, I don't think I am going to end all of this. So, this part, it's okay. It's done. We are going to concentrate on this part so we can go further. So, now you have to choose what are you going to use for this one. You have alcohol. I can. Alcohol markers. And I'm going to put the black here because it. So that's one option. Watercolor markers. Another option. Regular markers. Pencils. Combination of all of these. Posca markers. Or watercolor, that is what we are going to use today. So I can paint even the parts that I didn't do the joints. Usually I do all the joints, not today, but I can paint there. So we have some water dispenser, because I have the Montmartre dispenser of water, but I don't want to do a lot of. Let's put like that. This one here. Not a lot. There, I have water. So let's do that. What is very common to do when you do this thing is to do like a volume to the figure. That's one of the things you can do. I did it in my paintings and it was really, really good. So let's say you can choose anything. You can put different color in a figure. You can put the same color, but okay, you're done talking to me. It's okay. Talk away. So I will do first one of the colors. I choose here the light blue, and I will try to do it with a lot of water, not wet, because this is not watercolor paper, but as you see, I am doing like a wash here. So we can start talking. So now I choose another light blue, not the same one. So I am on the same color, but different. We can do a combination. Let's say I did that. Let it dry. And you can come back with the watercolor. I come back now with watercolor markers. Here I have a watercolor marker that could bring me some depth to the figure. Here. You can see what I do? Yes, it shows. Yeah, now we have some volume. And I can do the same in the other one, and I will show you in a minute. It is watercolor. The marker is watercolor marker, and the watercolor, of course, is watercolor. And I think I have watercolor pencils there. But I didn't want now to use them because, as Chris know, and you know, if you see it, Chris, it takes a lot of time to achieve the effect you want. But now I'm going to approach this so you can see. It's a 5 minute. But you already can see some volume. Of course, that need to be wet, is dry, sorry. Yeah, beautiful blues, like the blues of the jazz. We were in the middle school, and we have a music teacher that was magnificent. So she brought us a pop song that talks about blue. And it was, in the song, it says, the dress of blue, because blue don't have Sundays. And it's like all pop music or pop letters that it's somehow confusing or not not give you everything. You need to interpret that. So she said she interpreted that for us. She asked first what we think, and she says that the overall, the coverall to go to work in the factory is blue. So it represents, because don't have Sundays, because it's the work, it's the word of the man that don't have money and need to go to the factory a lot of hours and a lot of days in the week. So when from that it was really a long, long time ago, anytime I say blue or I think about blue, I think about work. That's things that I think that teachers are memorable, because it's like you do things that not normally do, or they do the things like not normally, and it was wonderful to remember this so much many years after that. It's really something. Like another teacher that we have, it was an Hebrew and a Jewish history teacher, and she was an actor, an actress. So she did like off Broadway theater, and she invited us, and it was so shocking because it was a play that she needed to be nude from the waist up. It was a requirement of the play. It wasn't something pornographic, or no, it was I don't remember the play, but it was a classic. And we were so shocked to see our teacher like that. Yes, Paula, you are right on the money. Yes. We also had a blue uniform in our school, in one of them, because after that I went to schools that we don't have uniform at all. That was so freeing to go like whatever you want. So, are you enjoying so far? You are here, at least you are here. That's a good sign. Let's put some violet to the mix. Add some blue. Yes. I tend to do like heavy or painting, or even with a pencil, to work really heavy. And that's a problem that persists with the years. So I try to do all kind of things like that to re-educate myself. Because if you start like light, you can add layers to it, but subtract layers is very difficult. You can do it. You can have a cutter, and you can place it like that, and you can subtract. But chances are that you are subtracting the paper too. It all depends of the medium, I think. If it's a canvas and you put gesso on it and paint and paint and paint, and you need to subtract part of it, it's okay. Okay. So I recently did one like that, but digital. And what I made, it was very interesting because I will show you after the stream in Facebook, but was interesting that I put 3 figures like that, but 3 circles. So I made one with blues, one with yellows, and the other one with reds, okay? And only that one, that part. And then I made the background like if it was a color wheel, a mix of those and those. So I made violet or all here because it was the blue and the red. Here to here I want orange. Here to here I made greens. All these ones were like that. So you can find complementary like that. Maybe one day I will mimic really a wheel, a color wheel. Okay, so we can talk a little bit about this. I don't remember the color that I was using. I think it's this one. Yes, this one. Okay, so when you need to do shadows, I'm not a super teacher on that, but you need to know first two volumes that you have. First of all, you can do observation, Raul, okay? Thank you, Raul. So you see, I put some paint here and I'm taking this paint. Let's say that it's not watercolor. The thing is that you need to do volume, you do lighter where the light is, and in the shadows part, you do like heavier paint with the paint. So the places that are near the light will be first illuminated. The places that are curved, so they are like going out from the light that comes here, they are with shadows. And that's everything. You need to put things like this one, for instance, because it's facilitated. Okay, yes, it was. Why? Okay. You see, you have all these that the light is here but not here, don't reach this side. So you have this with light, but the side here, no. You cannot see because if I put like that, everything will be in the light because the light comes from here. So I need to do something. I don't know really, but the shadows of the people or the object on the floor, let's say, or the table, it's more difficult if you imagine that. But if you put something, but you see the effect of the light, the shadow, like this is round, and the shadow is like that, also round. Thank you, Barbara. That's personal, Raul, because I learned everything by myself, of course, with the guidance of people that show something in the YouTube or tell me something, but it's not like your experience. You need to put something and you put it all day, every day, you put the same object, and you do a drawing of that object in any style you want. And then the other day, the next day, you put the same object, the same light. You see, even if you can take a photograph, a picture to see the right placement of the object, and you do another style, the same. I think that's a very good things to overcome the obvious, because you see it all day, day after day. So the obvious will disappear, and you will start to see the things that now you don't see. If that makes sense. I don't know. Because you know that I learn the most with the questions that they made me. Thank you, Paula. That's very interesting to know. If you want, Raul, you don't need to tell us. I'm a retired artist, not retired from art for art, but I made a lot in my life. I had a lot of different works. I was secretary in the university. I have classes. I not take, but I did classes. I was a teacher for senior adult, when I wasn't a senior, senior adults, professionals, that the thing is that the government or the activities they do, they have the obligation or the need to do it with a computer. And they didn't see a computer in their lives. So I have an approach that it was, let's talk and work. I had an approach that it was really interesting. I made it up and it worked, thank God, because one referent to another, and so I have a lot of clients like that. Let's say that you are an accountant. You don't need to know the ABC of the computer thing and do 6 years of computers to know how to answer a mail or how to use an application of the IRS. You just need that. So every day I went there and I asked, what are you need to do today, like for work? So he told me, and we work on it. Specific. If I needed some background, let's say, information, I made that. But it was a very interesting way of learn, and they all learn. And it happened to be that one of them that had 40 years of experience, she was speech therapist, but more of the psychological side. And she worked with undeveloped babies or babies that have a disability, to teach the parents and to guide them into the communication. It was very interesting. I will tell you about that. She needed to do the thesis, first the MSc and then the doctoral thesis. And she took that, she had panic attacks, and the therapist told her to instead to do art and craft as we do, to do something related to her profession. And one of the things that she needed to do is to achieve the titles, because she worked 30 days, but 30 years, sorry, but she didn't have the title. So she did that, but she needed like assistance and with all the computer parts, but also the organization of her thesis. So I did it for her, and even a chapter of that thesis was mine, because I saw that the process to reach disabled babies or little kids was really like a technique of a selling technique. It's French technique that calls AIDAS in Spanish, because are the AIDAS, and every one of them is a word. Attention is the one. If you don't have the attention of the subject, you won't reach the subject in your life. Every one of us is doing something, and you need to reach that, to capture that attention. Once you capture the attention, it's an I, it's to provoke the interest. It's the same letter. So you need to interest the other people to what you are going to do. And then you have a D that is desire. So you need to provoke the desire. Let's say that I tell you I'm going to do neurographic art. And once I know that you are not playing with your cap at home, I need to tell you something that provoke your interest, and then you need to desire to these things particular. And then when you desire that, and the A was the action of buying, that I don't remember the word that I used, but it was most to acquire, I think that I use. Let's say you want to do to a blind boy to know that you want to communicate. So you want him to feel in the hand and to recognize that as the entry of another one from outside. So I need for him to want me to do it and acquire that ability. And then, of course, after all, come the S. And the S is satisfaction. So if he acquired whatever it was, and I turn around and go without saying a word, there is a sensation of incomplete, not completion. So we need to close it and give him the satisfaction of the thing that acquire. And said, wow, what, that at a boy, or perfect, or you are marvelous, anything that works. So I wanted to tell you because I find that very useful for life. Oh my God, Paula, what happened here? Okay, so we are almost there. Let's have another one. If you ask me which kind of watercolor I have, I tell you, I don't know. So, continue with the story. I help her to do the thesis, and when she received the I don't know how to say, the note, she have a 10, that it's the higher note you can reach it from 1 to 10. 4 is approved, 10 is excellent. And I arrived to the house for the next class, and she said, we have a 10. She includes me, give me my satisfaction that I did well. Okay, I think we have all the possibilities of blue here. Maybe there is another one. You can repeat colors. You can put, but not one like beside the other. You can do everything with the same color. It's okay. It's your choice. But I am speaking generally, or what I'm doing. I think we need some more water here. Okay. After this is dry, you see, now you are going to see it here. I can work with watercolor again, like this one needs some more work. I can doodle here with a Posca marker when it's dry. And you can do the same color or another color, contrasting one. Let's say I'm going to do red here. So here I can choose. I can do all kind of reds in a zone. At least 5 need to be the same color. Need to be. It's a strong word, need to. It's preferent to have at least 5 spaces or 7, not 4, maybe 3, the same color, scatter over the work. Let's say it's better for me to work with the same color. I'm going to rush it, yeah, a little bit. Don't mind the painting now. So 1, 2. Yes, gouache is more opaque, and I have gouache. Today, I saw my gouache, and I thought about, this is gouache that I purchased to do. It's more opaque. You need to work it different. It's not that you cannot achieve the same. You can achieve the same with markers, with acrylic, with pencils, never mind. You need to do different techniques to achieve the volume, or maybe you don't want volume. Maybe you want all the background like to be like that. I cannot do it now because I made a mistake. I painted inside one of the forms. So if I wanted to do like a background here, I can remediate my mistake now that I think, because if I use another color over this, I can change it. And then I can do the background with this color. Always is a way. Maybe I need a stronger color, yes. Because the purple have red in it, it's okay even if I see a little bit red after. But I achieved two different colors now. Okay. The same professional that I made with her the thesis, the next year wanted to do a PhD. For that, she needed to develop something, and what she came with was a test for kids that couldn't read. So you know, you can do a form like an animal form with this technique. It's okay. You draw the outline of the bird or whatever you want. I need to see your channel, Raul. I saw it the other night. It was really, really late when I saw it. I couldn't enter. I will do it after the stream. So, what I said, it was a test for kids that couldn't talk. Couldn't read. So from the age, in that time, from 2, it was start with 2, and to 5. And what I did first was to help with the organization of the test. And of course, the professional knowledge wasn't mine, but I did receive. So I think I have an informal education, because then I have another person that it was a doctor that want to do a PhD, and she knew that I helped this person. So she told me about medical things, because I needed to know in order to do the graphics or the drawings. So I illustrate the first one, the test for kids. And I made all the illustration because only were drawings. The kid can't read. So he sees a drawing of a table with a ball on the table or under the table. And he needs to say if it's under or over or beside. And that's what measured the development of the kid. So it was really an adventure to do that. And professionally, I developed a lot of drawings. I made all the presentations for people, because one refer you to another one. Yes, I did a lot of interesting things in my life. I won't tell you everything at once, of course, but we will be there someday. Okay. I didn't do something like that when I was a kid, but I made something for you, Raul. This could be good. I don't like mate. I don't like a lot. Like sometimes I don't drink coffee. I don't drink tea. I don't drink mate. Sometimes, maybe once a year or two, I want a cup of coffee or I want to drink some mate with a lot of sugar. So I will never drink mate with my mother or my sisters. They used because the mate, for those who don't know, it's like a pumpkin, a dry pumpkin without all the inners. Or maybe could be like that. That's okay. And so you put some yerba mate inside, and okay, you know it. I don't know it if all of you know, but I cannot explain now. You have a little thing like that, like that. I am. This is my mate. And the characteristic of the mate pre-pandemic was that they put water, hot water usually. On summer, you can put orange peels and iced water, and it's okay. Najon, yes, you are from Brazil. Hi, Johnny, how are you? We are talking about the mate. You know what? This water has soap in it. So we are painting with soap. If we ever wanted to know what happened with the watercolor and soap, this is what happened. Well, we are going to talk about the mate. Yes. So the mate is something that you pass from people to people, pre-pandemic. Now everyone have a mate. That's no mate. So you put hot water, let's see. People used to drink it without sugar. There are some ones that put sucracid or sucralose or any non-sugar thing. I'm allergic to that, so my mother put that. I don't drink with her. But you empty the water and you pass it to one that it's the responsible to put the water. He puts water and bring to the other one. It's in a circle, let's say, or around the. Thank you, Johnny. Yes, it's something really good. Coffee rings. So it was a good things all together or around the table or in a circle. Even I was a volunteer in a place that they do therapy, and they call it the mate therapy because it was with the mate in a circle and people talk like in a group therapy but with mate. So it's a very strong cultural thing that I didn't catch it. Okay, let's continue with our soapy. And if already we said that we are going to do the same background, we are going to go with another thing more. Yes, here I have a brother. And let's do with that. We can mix also the colors. I don't know if that bothers, I think not, but let's put it away. You can do like a mixed like that. You can mix here, of course. And we are going to do all the background. You also can do the background without the volume and only add volume to the forms. And you can wet first whatever surface you want. Of course, wet with soap. Yeah. Let's say that I want to do this part first. Let's take some. I have no good brush today because of my disability. I cannot go to rinse often the brushes. I blame my disability. Maybe I just lazy. I don't know. But in the last time, all my brushes were ruined. So today I needed to prepare some brushes and everything was non-usable. Every one of them. I needed to throw them out. How do you say throw them? I don't know. Paula, how do you say to put it in the recycle bin or in the trash? You understand. So you can come back. Anything can be done twice. This one I don't want because it's not the same color and not the same amount of paint, so we are going to attenuate it. You can do it with a, I don't have now the, maybe Maxi can help me. I need wipes, Maxi.
What?
I need wipes. Yes, you can do it.
I don't understand.
Because I am lazy, I find out a technique.
What do you need?
This technique is very dangerous because even though the
Water?
Posca, no, pañitos, even though the Posca is water resistant, I don't know if it's soap resistant. In this case, I have a little Posca here, but you know, that make the paint better. Of course, I don't want that. Works like a joke. Thank you so much, man.
You're welcome.
What I wanted to do, let's see if I can, is to take off paint. Yes, you see? The paint is here. I don't do it hard because I don't want to take or to ruin the paper. And of course, I don't want to ruin the lines. But we have now the opportunity to do the same color everywhere. And it's okay, it worked. After we finished, now I say, oh no, this need to be the same color. I couldn't spread it well. I have some water here that I didn't intend, but in the end, is that what brings some depth to the piece. You see, the thing that is not even is what makes it interesting. Of course, it's not even, but I work it, so it's organic. And maybe someday we are going to talk about organic. That's my invention, my word to this. Maybe have a professional word, I don't know. But I remember my father had a lot of drawing books, and I was a book mice, and I was always in my father's library mouse. I was always in my father's, my parents' library. That was a wall from up, from ceiling to floor, and from side to side, and all books. And I enjoy them. But my father had one particular that is how to draw. And I used to do it. And I used to put the okay. Okay. So if you need something from me, put it in caps, all caps. Ah, Maxi. Maxi, Paula says hi.
What?
Paula says, you know why I love this human getting to know? Hi, Maxi.
Hi.
Okay, so I remember something about the rhythm of the figure, of the drawing. It was like a human body, a ballerina. So hi, sweetie, she says. So let's say the ballerina, this is my ballerina. So she extends an arm, and then the tilt, it's like that, tilt the head to this side. And the other one must have a continuity with some part of the, let's say that I do like that. So, okay, I don't know if this can do it. Let's put it like, you see, I have like a rhythm between parts. And let's say that I do like that. No, I cannot match because I can do so like that. In a drawing, it's more you see that. You can do like that, have no rhythm at all. You come here and you don't have like where to go easily. So that's what I call something organic, something that you have a rhythm. You had like you can do a movement with your hands, and is what you see here. So let's say now, if it will be finished, I will do something with this part. But if not, and I continue, maybe I do the same movement in another part, so it balances it. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I talk about my experience, okay? Okay, my disability. First of all, I can't walk distance. I have a problem in the back, and I have another problem related, maybe the doctors don't know for sure, but they think it's related to coronavirus aftermath. Anyway, I can go from my room to the bathroom that it's beside 2 doors, uh, with difficulty, but that's it. If I need to do more things, even in the bathroom, I have a chair, a bathroom chair. And I started with a walker with chair, so I could walk a little, sit, and wait to my body to recovery. But with the time, it was needed a lot of times for a short walk, and after that, the pain was unbearable. So I decided to have the aids, like my wheelchair. I have another aids with the engine to go out if I want. And that's it. Thank you, dear. Wow. Really, Raul? I didn't know that. I wish you good health, really. Yes, Paula, they said it was a COVID because the discs that they have not in place cannot make that impact in the body. Raul, tell me that you are in remission, please. So if you want, tell us more. We gladly hear that or read in that case. I am going to continue. How old are you, Raul, if may I ask? I can start. I'm 62, going to 63 soon. Wow. Of course, you need to do checkups because it's a very dangerous thing to look out. Oh, the chemo is something, huh? I really hope that it stays here, Raul, that of course you have your checkups, but that it stays in checkups. I wish for you a good future. You are very, very young, really. You are younger of all my kids. I think my little one is 32, yeah, or 31. Well, we disclose all our health problems. And we almost paint this one. And you see, I choose today how presents the neuropathy in feet. You know, I have the same, but not from the chemo. At night, sometimes my feet, I think they don't have enough blood in them, and the pain is something. I cannot, I sometimes scream in the middle of the night. Sorry, I am reading the chat. Thank you, Johnny. But I'm okay. Curcuma, you know, my mom told me, yes, curcuma with black pepper, that told my mom. And of course, you don't know what your mom says. But now that you tell me, and it helps, okay, yes, because I have a lot of pain meds, but that is not attended. Thank you, Paula. I try. Today is more chat and paint, but it's okay. We are knowing each other. We bring each other comfort and support, and that's good, of course. I don't think you need to stigmatize your illness. I think that's the problem. We don't talk about it often, and I'm not like that. What happened to me, why not to talk about it? Of course, in the right setting. Oh, so now you can see what you can do when you don't have the right tool, because this brush is killing me, but this is what I have, so I need to work with it. Of course, if you had something to do, the channel, it will be good for you to prepare the stream, to do it, to be in contact with people. That's fantastic. You know, I can do it, but I don't do it because it's not so easy. Go out often. And I was thinking the other day that I needed to go out for circumstances, private circumstances. I was thinking why I don't do it more often. And the answer is in front of my eyes. To go out with the wheelchair, it's an effort. So I really, in the middle of the trip, I only want to come back home and stay in bed. But when I'm here, I can choose, and I don't need to stay a lot of time in bed. I could come here and I could paint, I could do anything. And now, because there are times that I need to be in bed, it's not that I choose. And on that times, I have now my iPad to do digital art. Sometimes it's hurt my arms because I'm so anxious to continue and to finish, and I cannot leave it. But for the most part, I managed to find a balance. What I didn't do yet, and I think the first one will be Amsterdam to visit Paula, and please don't envy Paula. I didn't fly internationally or anything else because we don't have a lot of flights in Israel. We only could go from Haifa, that it's the city, southest city beside me, From there, you can catch a plane to Eilat, that it's in the south, in the in the limit with Egypt, and that's the only domestic flight that we have. Oh, thank you, Raul. So I'm competing with Megan. That's new to me. I told you that I almost went to Paris because when I reached 60 or almost reached 60, I went to my mother's home in Argentina. Okay. Yes, Raul, I can speak Hebrew. I can speak Hebrew from when I was little because I have a Hebrew education from the kindergarten. And favorite Israeli artist, you mean like music, film? Never mind, I have, but I'm the worst with names. So I cannot tell you which one, but I have. I have my tastes, even though I am eclectic, I have eclectic taste. There are things that I don't like, and the things I don't like, I don't like. Like the cumbia. Do you know cumbia, Raúl? The samba I like, with S and with Z. You know, in Argentina, we have the, let's say, like those dances and songs that are from the country, not from the cities. We have that. And one of them is the samba with a Z. And in Brazil, they have the samba with an S. And it's different one from the other, like that. One in one extreme, one in the other. But it's almost the same name. Once we have a young lady who came to do a PhD thesis or something like that, or an exchange, student exchange in my university, in my lab, and she danced the samba. I never saw. She tried to teach us, but if you don't do it from the childhood, I don't think you can do samba. Am I right, Raúl? Yes, it's very sexy. Your husband is more. It have another things. It's not like in Argentina. It's more Caribbean.
What?
Venezuela, y toda esa, Colombia, toda esa zona.
Okay.
Okay. My son is in his room, but he's hearing. He asked about what we are talking about. Sorry, I want to read what you put here. Me? No. No, I couldn't because it wasn't in our culture. But I did dance samba at school. So yes, I can speak Hebrew. Sometimes one word escapes. I don't know if you paid attention to it. And that's it. Okay. I don't seem to finish one story today, but never mind, because we have a lot of time to talk about it another time, of course. And of course, we are not going to do something inside because it needs to dry, and then we need to. But you know what? We can do one here. Let's ditch the others and concentrate in this one. What I can do, what I really need to do, is to go over the lines. Yes, his background. We know your husband's background. We don't know how he plays. Did he have a page? You know, there is here a little one that I didn't paint, so I'm going to do it with markers so I could continue with the lines. We don't need to wait this to dry. So you go over not only the lines, but the corners. And you can do like wider lines if you want. And it will make all the difference. These lines, once I enhance that, with this paint, even though it's not perfect, we already have a good outcome, a great outcome even. You see the difference between the part that I made the lines and the part that not. This bring like the color and the part, bring it forward. I found the word. It's not my English knowledge there, it's my difficulty at this age to remember the words. Oh, Raul, you reach a real good point. Maxi loves art. He made, Maxi, can you come here, please? I will show you some of their drawings. Are intricate drawings. He made them like that. Maxi! Max!
What?
Bobo Maki. And he wrote, I want your art to show. I'm a show off. Ah, Paula says, come on, Maxi.
No. My art
your
is
fifth
mine.
language. But it's not that I don't know the word. I don't remember it now. I spent all my life achieving knowledge to lose it now. Those are the kind, sorry. I didn't know the kind of things you do. All the time. He had, I think, 5 binders only from the first of the year. It's marvelous. And may I
What?
tell, they say if you love art, May I speak about your love
Love.
of art? Okay. Yes, he says yes. So, art in this house is a form of therapy. So we can do, you see, Barbara, what he made? But this is a pencil that he's working on now. No, the work. You have a better works, you know? You had things that you finished and they have color or things like that. Okay. He designed for me stencils. I had here today one of those, but I don't think I'm going to find it now. But he made me a stencil. I cut it and I use it. And it's fabulous. And all stars because he was in therapy, and the therapist introduced him to like work with that kind of paper to concentrate because he had and have ADHD. So this kind of drawings are remitting everything to him. So it's good for him to concentrate, to like make order in the brain. I can ask. Maxi Paula wants to know what makes you happy, or how the art make you happy. You can answer in English or you can answer in Spanish and I will translate. Whatever it happened to you. I don't think Maxi can think about it because it's very difficult for him to express his feelings. And I see that it's difficult for him. So we are going to spare the answer. Raúl says answer in Spanish can help translate also because Raúl is from Spain. Huh? So you can say in Spanish. You don't need to be a speech. You can say make me happy, make me organized, make me whatever. You see? And you can not answer too. Don't bother. You won't answer. I can tell you that the way to draw, it's evolving. As it's a company to his evolution. That's all what I'm going to say. And Maxi is exposed to art all the time. And he helped me a lot, really. And I think we were talking about something. May I, Maxi, talk about the jelly print idea? Yes, okay, thank you. We have the idea to take all the things I have here. So we have 2 places table with the jelly print in the middle. So I can teach him, he can do experiment, I can do it as well, and we are going to video that. So it won't be a stream, a live stream, but it will be a video of that activity. And you will see Maxi in action. So Paula says, Maxi Mama can say, it makes you happy, you are amazing. That's all we need to say, basta. That's correct, Paula. Yes. And you know why art is so important in people's life? could be that people couldn't talk or express the feelings, but for sure they will express the same thing in a drawing. Therapists, when the kids are little and they cannot express themselves, they put them to draw and they interpret those drawings. So it's very important. It's another language that we have, another way to communicate something. When people say in the comments that my art make them happy, is the highest compliment I could receive, because all of us as artists have the art is transmit a feeling. Not always will be a happy feeling, could be a sad feeling. So it depends that what you do. It's not limit to drawing, it's not limit to written art.
No es bueno ni bien ni.
Maxi adds that it's not good, right or wrong in art, because from a mistake is, if I see that and I did a mistake here, it could be a mistake, but could be also something that my subconscious reach out without my permission and put something that it will be good. And in the other hand, without that reaching from my inside, I wouldn't do it. I have a lot of years of experience, failing, gaining, doing. A period that was dry. I had periods like after my father passed, I have years that I barely touch something. Everything is in life, everything can have a meaning. It depends of us. Oh, yes. Okay, that's all the philosophy you are going to have today. Yes, of course. You did it right now? It's like finish the same. Maxi wants for you to see how he make enclose the forms. Thank you, Maxi. I love it. Okay, so we reached the completion of this figure and the connection of the figure. Now we have that complete. I'm not going to go further with that. I wanted to show you something, if you are agreeing. That's correct, Barbara. That's correct. Not everyone is good in everything, but sometimes you have your skills in a place that you didn't know, or it's your specialty, not the others. I'm going to finish it later, not now. We put it out of reach. Let's put the water afar. And I wanted to show you something. Back in the time, it's all connected here. Yes, it's all connected. Okay, never mind. I can show you. I don't need to pick it up. I used to work with clay, polymer clay, and do some pendants and undo some beads, and then I put all together in that piece. Sometimes I do some crochet with beads, and sometimes I do the same but with a pendant. This is all made with polymer clay that I really love, but it's very difficult for me now it's hard to my hands. Raul, the curcumin with the pepper, you have it natural or in a vitamin? Because my mom said that it's more concentrated in vitamin. See that? All of those things you need to do some work to achieve. Okay, it's better for you natural. Okay. So, let's see if I had something really good. Yes, here. See those things? I really loved that. I still have in my happy mails. Sometimes I put things like that. This one fortunate lady that is here will receive. You see in the end, I did some bits like that and still have it. So to end that. Sometimes I think that many unrelated things that I learn or I enjoy to do, you can do it all together, like crochet and beads and pendants. And all of this, I made it. And I don't use it. So I think it will be some jewelry pieces in my happy mail soon. I don't use it because I have to go out. I have the neck, and I cannot use a pendant and the neck. So I cease to use it to go out. In my house, I don't use it. Yes. It's okay. I love curcuma and I get used now to pepper, so I don't mind. But the amount of that you need you put in the in your meal, or you need to take it apart. You're welcome, Barbara. Okay, I am a bit tired today. I need to be open with that too. I really enjoy of our chat now, especially now that I can chat with you. I can interact with you. Stories come and go. Art we do today, we do tomorrow. Something very important. Please, I want all of you to see the hub this Saturday because I'm invested in it. I did something that I really love and I keep it to myself all this time. So I don't want to reveal anything, even a sneak peek, but I really want you to see it because it was made with all my heart for you. Okay. Thank you all, really. Yes, I'm really sad that I cannot continue because I'm really, really, really tired, but I really enjoyed our time together. Thank you so much. Bye.